Well, first, thanks to our fans for coming out against Kansas. I thought it was another great crowd for us and continues to grow. And it's an exciting time to be a part of our program. And, the NCAA now is allowing the top 30 teams to be notified that they could potentially host first and second round, and with our record right now, we for sure will be hosting first and second round, and we would encourage people to go to texassports.com and start buying their tickets. It'll be some great matches. The level of play continues to get better, and we're continuing to grow right now as the season progresses. Last week we had a bye, and then we had Kansas, and I felt really good going into the match. I felt like we've been playing some of our best volleyball in practice. I've seen some really good things, and as the match started, I felt really, really good about the way that we were playing. I thought game one was maybe one of the best games we played all season long, and was really looking forward to seeing kind of how we're responding. And what's been going on with us is we've been playing really well in game one and then emotionally going somewhere else, and we've got to get a little bit tougher. We've got to learn how to sustain for longer periods of time. But we followed that match, game one, up by probably one of our worst games of the season in terms of just touches and not controlling the ball. But also Kansas played very well for the rest of the match and fought really hard and is a very good quality team and put some pressure on us a variety of ways. So there's some things that we're looking at and meeting as we speak, and we're continuing to look and evaluate players and continue to move forward with these last 5 matches. We'll have another bye this Wednesday, so what we are doing is trying to get them some physical rest as some emotional rest. We'll practice hard today and lift really hard today and try to stimulate some of the muscles to get them a little bit stronger and to get us peaking at the right time. And then tomorrow will be a complete day off from weights and practice, and they'll spend a lot of time studying with our academic people. So it'll be a good time for us to kind of rest and move forward. But as we progress into the second half, it's always tougher. You get to know teams. Teams start to play a little bit better, and we've got a challenge now to go to Texas Tech, who has been struggling, but has gone a lot of 5-gamers, has done some nice things, and they're getting healthier. They've been injured for most of the season, so we've got to make sure that we're preparing our team and doing a good job there. And right now, we're just focusing on improving. We've got some areas that we've definitely got to hit and improve on. I think the biggest thing is consistency and being able to sustain for long periods of time and build that trust within our team to be able to do that. And hopefully we can continue that and be a #1 seed. And I know that a lot of people are talking about the streak and all that, but we're not really discussing it too much. It's nothing that we're concerned about. We don't want it to be added pressure. We just want to go out and play and create our own atmosphere in terms of how we're going to compete and play on a daily basis.
I think the girls answered this on Saturday when we were talking, but as far as how teams can totally look different when you guys see them again, and we talked about the potential of you guys meeting a lot of people you met earlier on in the season, so I guess I didn't hear from you on that as far as your perspective on, you could see the same teams, but they could look completely different, right? Yeah,
there's different health issues, but different players playing at this point of the year. We have an open tape exchange within the conference, so we have every match that we're playing, so teams can be scouted a lot more and know some of the strengths and some of the weaknesses based on the data that they're collecting, and we don't get a bye. When we play teams are excited to play Texas, and because of what we did last year, teams are even more stimulated to play us, so we're getting the best shot from everybody, and there's a big responsibility from us to be prepared and playing and match that level of mental toughness, and that's a challenge as a coach. It's people forget how hard it is to go through these road trips and midterms and how little time they're getting to rest and recover, and the biggest challenge right now is for us to manage their personalities and make sure that they are stimulated going into these matches.
Do you see the emotional stability being different than it was last season at this point in the year?
No, we weren't great either. We had some matches where we were really good, but we were a little bit inconsistent, and there's some things that are kind of playing out the same way, but we're going to have to play at a higher level. Our passing was a little bit more consistent than it was a year ago, and we were able to sustain a little bit more, and we had a really good leader in Shader who was willing the team to kind of get to that point. So it's something that we've got to continue to grow on. We know that we've got a chance to do something special, but we also know that we're going to be challenged from the second round on probably, if not the first. And this game is very frugal in terms of the errors and the way that you play, and you've got to manage that. And if we don't play at our highest level in the tournament, we'll be out of it.
Any more questions?
Why do you think it's harder to defend a national championship than to win it the first time?
I don't know if it's defending. This is the first time I'm going through it, so I don't know. Right now, it's the biggest thing is we don't talk about it all. We talk about the opportunity to go out and win another one. We're not defending anything because that trophy's ours, and there'll be another one handed out. So it's about the opportunity, but. People like to knock off, and people play at a higher level when they play those teams. It's just natural competitiveness in sports, and it's going to be a challenge, and we've got to just do a good job of trying to maintain our number one seed and see where the NCAA committee throws us. There's going to be some really tough regional brackets if we're able to advance that far. Nebraska's going to have a sellout crowd and could be end up playing them in the round of 16 or round of 8. That would be a very, very tough road. Same with USC. And then the other challenges are the other two brackets. There's the potential that neither of those teams are there. And you could be playing in 300 and 400 people, and that's not a good atmosphere as well. So you got different kinds of challenges that we're trying to prepare for and get our team ready.